Shabbat Shalom on this Shabbat of Thanksgiving. And I know for some of us, we love Thanksgiving and we're grateful that families and friends gather. But for others of us, this is a holiday that can be challenging. Maybe you're feeling brought down by events across the globe and in our own country. Perhaps there are family dynamics at play or a personal challenge that you're going through. Perhaps even you just feel uncomfortable celebrating this holiday that's premised on a false story, a false narrative, because of course we know the First Nations of North America were here for thousands and thousands of years before the first Europeans came over. Whatever it might be, I'd like to suggest to you that celebrating Thanksgiving is not only a good thing, which I think it is, but it's even maybe a very Jewish thing. If you think about the notion of hoda'ah, of giving thanks, it is one of the things we are asked to do upon awakening. As soon as our eyes open, these are the words that we are instructed to say by our tradition. Moda ani lefanecha, melech chai v'kayam, shehechazarta bi nishmati bechemla, rabba emunatecha. I offer thanks to you, living and eternal Holy One, for you return to me, my soul. Great is your faithfulness. In fact, in some ways, when we teach that our rabbis, our sages, instruct us to say 100 blessings a day, what they're really training us to do is 100 times to give thanks for something in the world, something in our lives that are beyond our doing. So maybe it's the way I noticed the other day that the deep greens of the trees and the many hued grays of the clouds behind it was just exquisite. That was a moment of giving thanks. I didn't create that. Maybe it's a kind word someone says and you really feel a sense of gratitude that they did it. Whatever it might be, that's a habituation to help us cultivate our character and to recognize that no matter what struggles we encounter, we actually are able to transform that moment just by shifting into this attitude of gratitude, as they say. Rabbi David Teutsch suggests that this is most important for Americans. As he says, cultivating an attitude of gratitude is crucial for Americans who are conditioned to believe that we never have enough, no matter how much we have. Choosing to acknowledge just one blessing each morning is a good way to begin to train the heart and spirit to notice personal blessings and to move from a perspective of glass half empty to a glass half full. And in fact, I learned this morning this wonderful anagram in Hebrew that the word machshava, which means thoughts, can be scrambled up and spelled besimcha, with joy, with gratitude, because Rabbi Nachman of Bratslav says that joy and gratitude are two sister emotions with one another. And so on this Thanksgiving, I am indeed feeling very grateful, and particularly for this community. And I want to lift up and bless two aspects of our community in conclusion of this video. And the first is how wonderful it is that we are celebrating 70 years of Temple Beth Am in Seattle, and how proud we are as a community in 2025 to realize that in 1956 our founders established us on a foundation of believing in tzedek, in making the world just, in recognizing that God, in God's eyes, we are all equal, and that we can help complete God's work in sharing privileges throughout the human family. And we're re-examining how we do this currently. I'm very grateful to Rabbi Laura and to Sam Ostroff of our board of directors, as well as a small group of lay leaders who are helping us develop a congregation-wide conversation around tzedek initiatives in our community, around initiatives of justice, and to help prime the pump, as it were. Starting today, Rabbi Laura is going to, on a monthly basis, just share out some of the works around our desire to cultivate tzedek, cultivate justice in the world in this happening. So look for that, scroll down and look for that wherever it may be in this piece. And I just want to give an aside, which is I know sometimes it can feel tedious to roll all the way through the happenings, but there's so much good stuff, and we really try to only put the important things in there. And so with that, on this Shabbat of Thanksgiving weekend, I have one final a note of hada'ah of Thanksgiving, and that is to all of you who are helping keep our founder's dream alive by being a thriving, multi-generational, pluralistic community today. And together we can give thanks for this platinum 70th anniversary by just having a big thank you party, a big celebration for 70 years of Temple Beth Am in Seattle. And so our gala, which will be, I believe it's January 31st, don't quote me on that, go to the gala website. So on this Shabbat Hoda'ah, or as some like to say Shabbat Hodu, because Hoda'ah means thanks and Hodu means turkey. I say Moda ani lefanecha. I give thanks to you, my Creator, for giving me life and sustaining me and allowing me to be a part of this incredible congregation, this Beit Am, this Jewish home for our members. Shabbat Shalom, one and all.